So the over-under is in, the totals, the future bets. So they come out and they say, here's the number. Will your team win more or less? Now, on average, fans tend to bet the overs. Those are called sucker bets. Generally, you're a little better off doing the under. Everybody's real optimistic. And it's so hard to even get to 11 wins in the NFL and go 11-6. That's hard for Baltimore and San Francisco. Just to give you a sense, Kansas City, Baltimore, and San Francisco have the highest at 11.5. And I think outside of Baltimore, I'd bet the under on Kansas City and San Francisco. You know how hard it is to go 12-5 in this league? You have injuries. You have tough road stretches. Everybody seemingly goes to a backup quarterback for a couple of weeks. But there were 6 that jumped out to me. 6 that didn't make a ton of sense. And I'm not saying they're going to go way over, but if I'm laying my cash, it's over or under. Here we go. So Green Bay, I would take the over 9.5. This is almost like, that's the number, 9.5. That's almost like a hedge against Jordan Love. They bring back an offensive coach who's excellent. Jordan Love at the end of last year, clearly a notch better than Dak, who people like. They return every tight end and receiver of note. They'll be better defensively under Boston College head coach Jeff Hafley, and they bring in Josh Jacobs. So they're young, they're dynamic. The NFC's the weaker conference. Jordan Love looked fantastic. This feels like, to me, a hedge against Jordan Love. And I know the division's better. It's not that much better. Green Bay's still probably better than Chicago and much better than Minnesota. Take the over on the Packers, 9.5. I would take the under on Dallas, 10.5. I can't see the Cowboys winning 11 or 12 games. They're due for some regression. They've won 12-plus games in each of the last 3 seasons. Now they don't have Tyron Smith. They don't have much of a run game. They're very CeeDee Lamb dependent. They weren't active in free agency. And I think the Eagles and Commanders will be better football teams. The other thing is Dak is 8-18 in his career. 8-18 when he has to throw the ball 40 or more times. Well, if you don't have a run game and the division's better, you're going to be playing from behind on occasion. I think Dallas under 10.5 is one of my favorite bets. Rams, I did it last year and won. I'll do it again. 8.5. If it's a quarterback coach weapons league, the Rams are A at all of them. I don't get it. They won last year 10 games with the second youngest roster in the league. And I don't think Seattle's necessarily better. I think they match up well right now with the Niners. They address their defensive needs. Listen, Aaron Donald was really good, but the last 2 drafts have addressed it very well. They had the most all-rookie selections and did not have a first-round pick last year. It's a really good scouting and drafting organization. They find gems everywhere. 8.5. I think they have a chance to end up in the NFC Championship. That seems criminally low. Jets, I'd go under 9.5. Their offensive line is either rookies or old guys. How many offensive linemen do they have in their prime that are excellent? One, and he's always hurt, Elijah Vera Tucker. They're very dependent on one excellent running back. Saleh is a defensive coach. Aaron is a pretty prickly old quarterback with maybe one great year left. I think he's absolutely past his prime. Saleh's 18-33. Again, tell me the offensive linemen who are in their prime and elite. He's a 40-year-old quarterback coming off an Achilles injury. I would take the Vikings, maybe not by much, but over 6.5. I mean, didn't they win 7 games last year with 4 quarterbacks? I mean, I know the division's better, but Justin Jefferson is back and he missed 7 games last year. I don't think there's a team in the league that's better if you combine coach, tight end, 2 weapons, left tackle, running back. They're stacked. And again, a weaker conference. Justin Jefferson's back. They won 7+ games in the last 2 years. And again, last year did it with 4 quarterbacks. You don't even have to love Sam Darnold. You don't even have to like him. If he's upright, they can't go 7-10 with an excellent young coach. That seems bizarrely low. And finally, Saints, I would take under 7.5. Older quarterback, defensive coach. Dennis Allen's never proven he can win big games. The division's absolutely better. Atlanta's absolutely better. Tampa's better. Carolina should have a pulse. I think they finished 4th. They're an aging roster on both sides of the ball. They didn't do much in free agency like the Cowboys because they're up against the cap. So if you look at these 6 teams, what do you see? My overs are young quarterbacks with offensive head coaches. Mostly young quarterbacks. Matt Stafford's just great. My unders are older quarterbacks with like defensive head coaches. Except the Cowboys.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Uncle Colin. Subscribe here to get the latest from the herd, including exclusive behind-the-scenes videos and more, wherever you may be, however you may be watching. Thanks again for making us part of your day.